11 a.m. Check out, might give her one foul just to tell her it's one now. How come? I need rest, no recess on my schedule. Right. Mama used to serve vegetables, now half the meals got tentacles. Right. Half the Emirates need a reservation and half my money goes straight to taxes. But I don't trip about it, that's what happens when you got dreams closer than a mansion. Plus all your boys got expensive habits. Go. I know what they're thinking, they don't even gotta say it. Nope. They thinking they just made it. I know how to make everybody feel famous. I don't gotta work no day shift. I don't gotta split no payment. I don't gotta answer questions. Right. And I don't need you to okay it. Yeah. Okay. 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay. I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay. All my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay. So when I die, I ain't gonna be from old age. Somebody gonna want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros. Left pocket got pounds. The left touchdown. They can't take it to 10. Hey.
Honey, I dash, got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone, watch me celebrate. I'm cocky, I do my dance, jump in the stands. No man, the man, oh, there with the hands. Thought he could guard me, I ruin they plans. I do what I want, they do what they can. Got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, honey, y'all dash, 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 yeah. They can't catch up cause they lacking the stamina. Way too advanced to be playing with amateurs. Stay on attack when attacking like damager. They react and play it back on the camera. High boy, just consider me flammable. Sure shot, I got all the intangibles. Need a leash, I'm a beast, I'm an animal. Eat the competition up like a Hannibal. Know the game like I wrote up the manual. I do weekly what you do on the annual. MVP, that decision unanimous. Big dogs, I don't think they can handle it. Battlefield, it's just me and my warriors. Guaranteed we emerge victorious. Years, blood, sweat, tears, is glorious. I remember when they always ignoring us. Dash, got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone, watch me celebrate. I'm cocky, I do my dance, jump in the stands. No man, the man, oh, there with the hands. Thought he could guard me, I ruin they plans. I do what I want, they do what they can. Got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, honey, y'all dash, honey, y'all dash, honey, y'all dash, honey, y'all dash, honey, y'all dash. They slept on the team that they owe me. I need a ring and a trophy. I say I'm the best cause I am. It's no need in keeping it low-key. I can carve up the D like a turkey or run straight through the D like a train. This year we ain't taking no losses. It's all about making the game. I hear a lot of trash talk. He call himself making a name. I put on the Jets. The coach will regret even letting them stay in the game. Team morale took a tumble. Next time be humble. I'm the lion in the jungle. You just try.
Appreciate you, Coach. Well, later tonight in November, snowfall is forecasted to hit the Twin Cities. But right now, calm outside. And, of course, a calm day inside U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. The scene a short time ago. This crowd decked out in purple, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football, folks, as the Vikings get set to do battle with the Denver Broncos. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he'd taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line.
boss, let me find out. My team ballin', you look like you need a timeout. I'm a star, in the clutch, I'ma shine out. Working hard, yeah, I'm back on my grind now. Game on, took a loss, but I stay strong. Super Bowl rings, I just wanna play off. Gotta go hard, I can never play soft. Giant in New York, I run it back like Saquon. And I gotta win no matter what, like fourth down, Hail Mary, no punch. Like every time I touch down, I gotta stunt. Randy Moss, yeah, my numbers going up. All these trophies, what do I need any more for? Check the stats up, you can check the scoreboard. Check the stats, Jay Critch, I'm the QB. Ran it up and then I went and got a new freeze. How it feel to be the boss, let me find out. My team ballin', you look like you need a timeout. I'm a star, in the clutch, I'ma shine out. Working hard, yeah, I'm back on my grind now. Game on, took a loss, but I stay strong. Super Bowl rings, I just wanna play off. Gotta go hard, I can never play soft. Giant in New York, I run it back like Saquon. How it feel to be the boss, let me find out. My team ballin', you look like you need a timeout. I'm a star, in the clutch, I'ma shine out. Working hard, yeah, I'm back on my grind now. Game on, took a loss, but I stay strong. Super Bowl rings, I just wanna play off. Gotta go hard, I can never play soft. Giant in New York, I run it back like Saquon. If you ain't a winner, then don't come round. On my way to another city, it's a touchdown. Underlay, yeah, I gotta get it in a rush now. Let them hate, try to knock me down, but we got up now. You say that you ballin', keep it real though. Ay, why I never saw you in the field though? Ay, I make it look easy, it's a field goal. I've been grinding for a minute and I'm still going. How it feel to be the boss, let me find out. My team ballin', you look like you need a timeout. I'm a star, in the clutch, I'ma shine out. Working hard, yeah, I'm back on my grind now. Game on, took a loss, but I stay strong. Super Bowl rings, I just wanna play off. Gotta go hard, I can never play soft. Giant in New York, I run it back like Saquon. How it feel to be the boss, let me find out. My team ballin', you look like you need a timeout. I'm a star, in the clutch, I'ma shine out. Working hard, yeah, I'm back on my grind now. Game on, took a loss, but I stay strong. Super Bowl rings, I just wanna play off. Gotta go hard, I can never play soft. Giant in New York, I run it back like Saquon.
Appreciate you, Coach. Well, later tonight in November, snowfall is forecasted to hit the Twin Cities, but right now, calm outside, and of course, a calm day inside U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. It can certainly get loud inside this building, and just a few moments ago when the Vikings were introduced, it was downright shaking in here. They're set for football as the Vikings get ready to do battle with the Denver Broncos. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
Hey, here we go. 36, 50.
Here's Dalvin Cook, third year back from Florida State. And he roams across the 20 to the 24-yard line. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. On 2nd down, Cook. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on this first drive. Instead, 2nd down.
I think we'll see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
On second down, it's Cook. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Here's Cousins. Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football. But a Viking was able to corral this one, and Minnesota will keep possession.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. To throw is Cousins. It's complete to Jones. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. The Broncos say they have it. They do. Well, he did what he's known for. He made the catch, then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player, when they catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes. You have to put it on them, big tackle, knock the ball free. Anything you can do to slow them down.
Here's Edwards. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. After the loss to start out, here's second and 11. They run with Adrian Peterson, the second active leading rusher in the NFL. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. Throwing on third down, Newton. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know the fans are thinking right now, I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
No gain on the play there, second down. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
Play fake, Cousins. He's going to look deep down the field, and this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down. The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with third down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
If they got you the football, gave you a great opportunity, you got to cash in and get some points.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. To throw, Cousins. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Von Miller in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Now a man who punted for the Broncos for 6 years. Britton Colquitt on to kick it away. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. On second down, it's Edwards. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
Now Newton on first down. He's got his big tight end, Fant. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Looking to throw again on second down. Newton, wide open receiver, complete. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 41-yard line.
First down, Denver.
Ready for the second quarter, and it's our visitors with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Broncos football as we begin quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 1st and 10. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 41. Now a run with Edwards. Able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting them in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 20-yard line. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting them in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits, and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. They'll try and run for the first with Edwards. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage back at the 17. The defense stiffens to force 4th down following that first down gain of 8. And McManus able to put it through. And the Broncos, the first to grace the scoreboard. It's 3-zip. Been a bit of a dogfight thus far into the second quarter now, and we do have our first points, a field goal.
Yeah, a lot of people say, wow, first action on the scoreboard, about time. To me, the action's been right there on the field, trying to figure out who could gain an advantage, gain some field position, finally get points on the board. I'm loving this kind of game.
It feels like kickers might play a big role in this one.
Yes, make sure you give them the respect they deserve. They could cost you a game or win you one.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 15. And an alley to run. He's got a first down and more. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. It's picked up by the Broncos. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. From the gun, here's Newton. Escaping the pressure right. And that'll be incomplete.
You got to give some credit there, able to hop up in the air and bat that one away. And that's frustrating for an offensive lineman because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and get some type of a pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. A pass for Sutton is intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Anthony Barr. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended into a double team and it's intercepted. Picked off by Deron Harmon. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march off another 15 against your squad.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. Cortland Sutton was the man he was looking for. And it's second down. This is Edwards. And despite the good footwork, he'll be hit and dropped shy of the 45. Just a couple there on the second down run. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8 situation.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
On third down, Newton. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And the tackle going to be made at the 41 as they stop him a few yards short of the first. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Eluding the pressure right. That's to Dalvin Cook, his running back. 23 yards the pickup there.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And that player is able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Cousins now rebounding nicely after the interception. He's hit 4 straight to start the drive. It's first down. Cousins again. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22.
Gun.
They'll throw again. Cousins. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here and 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
Cousins. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Herb Smith Jr., his 6th touchdown of the season, as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And that will give him the lead here as we get on towards halftime. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Under a minute to play here in the half. Time for a late drive.
It makes sense when you think about it. Hey, try and get a field goal, give yourself a lead.
And that'll be intercepted by the Pro Bowl safety Harrison Smith. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20.
You're trailing, you're trying to get points late in the half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. Following the interception, Cousins. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Throwing is Cousins. Flush to his right. Oh, nearly picked. Almost intercepted, but he couldn't hang on, and it's 3rd down. Pretty lucky to get the football back. Had his target out there waving the arms, saying I'm open, but maybe didn't see him quick enough.
And I know the jokes are always about defensive backs' hands. What really actually happens, you don't get many opportunities. You get over anxious, and you start to think about taking it away and going the other way instead of focusing and catching the ball.
And this is caught at the 8. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half.
I know, easy.
To the air again, it's Cousins. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. From 8 yards out, and the Vikings are going to widen that advantage.
And that lead is now 7 with a chance to go to 8 or more if they want to get crazy here, which we don't expect. But I just know the way the game's being played with the analytics, there's going to be a lot more of going for 2 in a lot of situations, isn't there?
Yeah, there's going to be. And I think their focus here, they don't want to give up anything going into the lockers on the other, and just a little bit of time left on the clock.
Yeah, they don't want to do anything to erase the good feeling they have right now by getting this late score in the half.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. So we have reached halftime here in what's an 8-point game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
We got this.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half two, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors.
And now nothing but green ahead of him. And he is down deep into Minnesota territory. A huge play there on the screen pass. 68 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
A loss of 2 there, second down. It's second and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. Again, it'll be Edwards, and he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. A 7-yard touchdown grab, as his guys have cut the lead down to 2. Cam Newton now getting his guys ready to go for the 2-point try.
Here we go, D. 59, Mike. 59. Check, 59. Watch the pass. Mike, check, 59.
Out of the gun, Newton. Flushed out right. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
They made the decision to go for 2. They didn't get it. They remained down by 2 points. Should they have kicked it there?
Third quarter, I'm okay with it. Maybe first or second, you don't? I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, again, I keep coming back to, I don't like to chase a lot of points.
Yeah.
But I also don't know what kicking an extra point being down 1 does for me.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got to the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Again, it's Cook. And this carry not as productive. He swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. And some room to run now. And he's into the clear. Touchdown, Vikings. A big play there. With his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. The drive starts with a carry by Edwards. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And it'll be 2nd and 12. A nice job there as he rumbles for 9. And it'll be back to a 3rd and 3.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Newton on 3rd down. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed if there's contact coming from both sides, No flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. It's a nifty return of 29 yards. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Trying to fire up that running game with Dalvin Cook. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And finally marked down at the 42-yard line. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down. They run again on first down. Cook. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. 12 yards there. First down, Vikings.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, put a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point. Going to make that defense stand up and stop them. A first down carry for Smith. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A great effort there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Well, they got the extra point, and the lead is up to 15 now. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. To throw is Newton. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off right around the 43.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
They'll run with Cook. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. They try again with Cook. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert? And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Vikings capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
You ain't doing nothing today.
Newton on first down. And he's going to be taken down. They sack him on what will be the final play of quarter number 3. The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11. Newton. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Peterson. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Well, he's going to go for it all. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. He's going to fight. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Anthony Harris. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
They run it again with Cook. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes.
This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Vikings. A big play there. 57 yards. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. And they got the extra point, and that'll push the lead up to 29 now. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Yeah, he'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
On 3rd down, here's Edwards. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down.
Gun. 55. Right there in the middle. 55.
They snap it to Newton. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Daniil Hunter. And now... Possession's going to go over with a football at the 20-yard line.
Say 59. I'm coming.
It's Cook, and he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
Keep playing hard, fellas, all day. Woo! Let's get it.
So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a third down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. They showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down. 7 yards on the carry there, but now they're staring at fourth down. Now the Broncos. Are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So Cousins heads to the Vikings sideline, and on is Dan Bailey to try the field goal. From the left hash, this from 39. And Bailey able to knock it through. And they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Let's go.
The Broncos take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
Be honest.
don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Use that as ammo going
Exactly.
forward.
Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
You're not going to want that feeling.
no, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Well, this is a new concept. It's third down, but they've got the punt unit. And what in the world? Now they're going to fake it. And he's going to let it go deep. And incomplete, so the fake, a third down fake that is, doesn't work, but now it's fourth down. A lot of confusion, especially in the crowd right now. A lot of folks thinking it's a turnover on downs, but it's not. It's just an incomplete pass. That was third down. Now it's fourth down. A first throw for the backup Foles. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position. Now the Broncos going to use the second of it. Timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game.
Jahan, 180. Mike 59. Here we go.
Victory formation time for the Vikings as they'll take a knee here.
Jahan, 180. And what's the block?
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
Ladies and gentlemen,